all matches. We got the match to end the tournament basically.
Yeah, this is last year's winner, Adam Numbers, aka Ferris V5, versus the winner of the tournament before that. And I mean, if you look at the player card as well as 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, probably the best to ever do it. A godly 89% win rate, 76 and 9.
Yeah. And
like, has almost broken the player card with
the thing is, it's 12th edition, which means they've been in 11 MTs before, which means you would expect 22 losses. You know, like for most other people. But no, not Andy. Not Andy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But Adam seems to be playing even better this tournament and the previous. It's like Adam leveled up again or something. Has gone into Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 5 even, yeah. So this is, so obviously we're all excited about this match. It's two of the best we have by any definition, but it's both players really want to win for all kinds of reasons, right? They're both pretty competitive. They both can win, and it would mean a lot to them to beat the other person and get into top 8 on the winner side. Like, it would be a huge confidence boost. But and this is me mostly guessing. I know Andy pretty well. I only know Adam a little bit, but I would think both of them are sort of coming into this with at least a little bit of the weight of expectation on them, that this is going to be like an incredible match between these two. So I wonder if they're thinking about that at all, or trying not to think about that, or what.
I can tell you having these expectations sucks.
It's
not a good thing, especially when you lose. Everyone's like, "Whoa, wow, you lost! Holy shit!" Yeah.
Great. It's not. It hurts doubly. It hurts because you lost, and then it also feels like you kind of let people down in some way.
Yeah, or like, oh, the Goliath was defeated. Hooray! Let's celebrate. You know?
Yeah, they celebrate your defeat. So I don't know. I think most of all, I think these players just want to give us a good race.
Yeah. So, like we said, this is a top 8 qualifying match. Winner 6, which means we're gonna see 4 wins on both sides because they both had a bye. That's my assumption. Yeah, there we go. And I'm starting off with ball jacks. It's a crazy game. It sounds crazy.
2 crabs juggling balls and attacking each other. Robot crabs, I should clarify.
It's so unique, you know? Like, back in the day, it was like a game like any other, but nowadays, it's kind of the niche that indie games are filling nowadays. Like a new concept that doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of genres.
Yeah, it was truly special, and the first 30 seconds to a minute of that game,
what is going on?
It had like a violence to it that was genuinely shocking to me. Like, I just couldn't process what I was even seeing. And I don't mean like gore, like just the way the things moved and interacted with each other. It was like getting a glimpse of pure chaos itself or something. It was it's genuinely off-putting, but it was a hell of a match. Adam just went nuts and smashed that goal. We got to go faster because the players are ready.
I got a crop. Yeah.
Okay. A pretty convincing win versus Snowdozer in Jellycar Worlds. That was a cool game.
Mm-hmm.
And then another convincing win versus Julo Ninja, mashing the hell out of all of the buttons in Aqua Rush, the weird jelly Tetris game.
Yeah.
And also very convincing versus Zenic Reverie and Neo Drift Out. That was one where there was like a very sharp time window you had to complete the levels, the racing game levels, and if you were a little bit over the line, you had to redo the whole thing. So you would lose time in these gigantic chunks of minutes at a time. And it was kind of expected that would happen to the players a number of times while they, narrowed in on the racing lines and drilled it down and were able to execute. And Adam just did it first try a lot of the time. It was awesome.
And then Andy playing Blasterman versus Yellow Skull. It was Mega Man like was. No, wait.
Yeah,
it was
you
like
were like a little guy.
Yeah, no, it wasn't kind of, I guess, but it was more jumpy runny than Mega Man. It wasn't very good. I don't think anyone who played that game thought it was a good game. And then Rocket Go, crazy, like Unity stock default game about Orlando. Togepi's Great Adventure, Pokemon Mini, one of the two viable games we've seen. The other one being not Executor, the other one. And then Shikinju. Shikinju. Wasn't it? I didn't see that one.
I mean, I don't know how close I am, really. Versus Neitzel. I feel like I should have seen this match, but I can't. It was an NES game? Oh, this was the Mahjong Sokoban game.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. That got vodcasted. And then they just kind of pushed blocks around, and the commentators were like, oh. But it has the rudest level 1 I've ever seen in a puzzle game. It was like the hardest level. It was Andy, Neitzel, Captain Drake, and someone else. And, gosh, I wish I could remember the someone else. But everyone, it was like the best of the best we have, and they all got stuck on level 1 for a long time. It was very mean. Speaking of mean puzzle games, we're going to be facing off between these two in a 3-dimensional gravity-changing puzzle game called Into the Core. Now, I mean, I struggle to think of a game either of these two players would not be good at. But maybe this would be sort of the closest thing we have to outside their wheelhouse, maybe? I can tell you I tested this one with Blasphemous Roar. It was one of those rare times where the testers got together to actually like play games together. And I just got super stuck at one point. I needed Roar to just tell me like this. And then I went, oh yeah, okay. And then I was able to keep going. But without that, I would have been over an hour. These players are going to be nowhere near that. I'm thinking more like 25 minutes or something. So here we go.
We're gonna save Mel.
Yeah, that's the assertion.
I mean,
music.
I guess we're not if we only meet the shadowy figure. And here we go. You walk up the wall and gravity flips.
And then you win.
That was easy. Here's the story again. In case you missed it the first time.
The text gets really weird.
Alright, so teal floor flips you.
Or no, any floor? Nope, teal floor.
No, teal floor. There's literally there to teach you. No, it's the teal floor doing.
Yeah, I'm learning in the same way that Andy is learning. Adam is like double jumping.
Are you saying that's not a thing, or?
It is a thing, but it's like I'm trying to see if you accelerate faster in the air or something.
Oh.
If there's some kind of physics jank, these players are going to find it.
Oh, there's like text on the wall.
Which one?
Kind of.
Oh yeah, it looks kind of like exactly like the one they use in. Yeah, game I don't want to spoil that you just spoiled.
Well, I mean they're all over the place. And...
Yeah, but you might not even. Well, I don't know. I guess it's pretty easy to piece together that it's text when characters start talking to you in the language.
Alright, so red
this
floor.
was the first. It's the first puzzle level, really. Red is like repulsion, green is attraction.
So we're trying to drop into this hole. So we need gravity to point that way. How do you do that?
That way, he says.
Well, the way the hole was pointing.
Uh-huh.
How do you do that?
Andy's looking around. Adam's looking around. Adam's on top of this green box. That's no good.
There's no, like, red opposite of that. And there's no green on the same side as that. So how do you do that? You
can see why I thought this game was pretty hard. Is Andy moving with purpose, or is Andy just doing stuff? No, that's it.
Oh, right. There's 2 angles
Both
where
players.
you can get in there.
Yeah, that was cool. Like putting, instead of trying to get onto make the red part in the wall, make that the floor. Instead of that, they just aligned such that it was on the floor, so they could walk into it from the floor. I realized I would not be able to describe it, and it's too late now to describe what I want to say.
Right, we have a bow. Shoot a surface with the bow, you switch to like that gravity. It's like the game that Timo Star played. Gravitator.
Gravitron 3000.
Sure. Wow, they made so many of them.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how that worked. Andy's gonna try to go straight to the exit he's holding forwards. That's not gonna work.
Do you jump and then shoot?
Maybe. Adam's gonna do the same thing.
I think you jump in there. Like, do the upside down thing where you're on the side, and then you jump like in the direction of the finish and then hit it. Unless you can't shoot the bow while jumping.
Andy's gonna step onto this ceiling and then just jump down.
Oh, yeah.
And same thing from Adam. These two are in lockstep. Can't shoot in the air, it looks like. Makes sense.
Imaginary.
I showed up to the too late to get the Paceman links, and then once that happens, I'm like, well, we're going in dark. Both players standing on this same lip, underside curling around, and then a jump onto the exit.
Ooh, Adam caught up a little.
A little bit.
Like a second behind now. Yeah, the game is like, you gotta find Mel. Have you heard of Mel? Really?
You love Mel.
You should find her. I feel like that's a good idea. Oh, Adam taking the lead.
Yep, has found the side of the stairs here. Looks like Andy's got it now too.
Kind of a red herring. That there's even stairs there.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember this race now. I thought I even played it, but it turns out I didn't. This game is pretty short, as far as I remember.
Yeah, when you don't get stuck. Absolutely. Oh. So you can rotate these planes on different axes, depending on which switch you hit, I suppose.
Funky.
And then this one's teal, so you get to flip to it.
That makes sense.
The exit is on that side. Andy's gonna jump, flip.
Oh, look
and
at the
catch
sink!
Up.
Andy ahead again.
I can overcome anything. I think this might be the level where I got stuck for a long time, so we'll see how this goes. Got a plane that can be rotated. You would love to just jump across, but that's not going to be a thing. You can jump at this plane and get stuck to it, and then fall towards the goal. Now, does your bow get you into the exit from here?
I don't think you have air control, but you can shoot the ceiling, right? Oh, you only have one arrow.
Oh.
Adam did something and it
worked. Yeah, Andy sees a way to get there with 2 arrows, but it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm. You can't shoot the brick. Oh, but you can stand next to the brick floor and then shoot the platform back there.
Yeah. You have 96 arrows on this level?
There were a bunch of these where it's basically you've got infinite.
One level ahead now is Adam.
Adam doesn't see this thing where then. Oh, you
he
don't have to do it.
Across.
Oh, but now you have to do it on the second one. Like a Baba is You level where you solve the level and it makes sense. You used everything you can, and then the game is like, okay, here's the same level but without this thing. Have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and Andy doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe now?
It's kind of a trickier move to see. Like that platform is further away now, right? Like.
Oh, you think learning it in the first obstacle easier?
I think so. Adam completes another level. Andy's trying to just do a big jump and it's not going to work.
Whoop.
Oh, is that the shadowy figure?
Yeah, but don't meet them yet. Kind of talk
I
to
remember you literally just see like a black robed guy and you just walk up to him and then it just kind of ends all of a sudden.
and he doesn't see it at all.
Nope.
This is the first time one of the players has been.
Yeah, Andy didn't get that previous level immediately, but he was still trying ideas until he got it. This time, I don't know.
So
Is that an idea? Trying to jump behind the level? I guess so. Oh,
Adam now has different arrows. I don't know what they do. Maybe the paste bin tell. Paste bin.
honestly, I don't remember the different arrows.
It says you can only fire a second memory arrow. Called the last fired, so I assume memory arrow. That means.
Memory arrow. I feel like it's gonna remember gravity. So Andy solved that level. He's found the branch.
It's memory arrows. Oh, these platforms were janky, I remember that.
Control and shift to rotate the platform. Andy, Adam was going so fast I could not see what they had actually done on that platform and whether any progress was made. Andy with a tricky shot, trying to land on the platform, can't find it. Not even sure if that was possible.
Right.
Adam dies despite landing on the ground. Oh, this is so weird.
I think Adam might have.
Yeah, you must have a button to do that.
Yeah. Classic. E4, try again.
E for escape. Andy, this is a level where you just kind of need to find the next thing to shoot over and over and over again. And looks like that's it.
Kind of an ice slidey puzzle.
A little bit. So is this a level that Adam is on now? Or is there one more? Well, not anymore. I am falling up, then forward.
I want to know what memory arrows. Store direction. Sure. Doesn't mean to me.
You can return to the direction remembered.
But can you switch again? Or do you need to do? Oh wait, that's why it says you can only fire a second memory arrow after you recall the first one. So you always have to switch to the direction and back, and then you can fire another. What is his voice saying?
I don't know. Andy's memory arrow takes him off to the right instead of into the exit. Adam resetting back to the start of this level. Is going on the slant? Oh boy.
Oh, you can jump farther.
It's like Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy or whatever. And it is the solution. Very clever.
And he can't figure this out.
Is running out of game.
What's the solution? We've got infinite memory errors, but only one. Can't you
Was that the real arrow Andy just used? Yeah, he's done that same thing like 3 times now.
Can't you memory arrow like the ceiling, or is it? Oh wait, no.
Adam just had the exit on a diagonal and jumped up into it, and I didn't see how the level kind of unfolded to even tell you if it looked intentional or not.
Kind of happening again. Oh yeah, hitting the second one, so I think you hit. Yeah. Otherwise, you fall off before hitting.
So I looked away, and Andy finished that level once again, but is like at least 2 levels behind Adam with not many more left to go. It's gonna take Adam getting stuck at this point.
I think this level is the one that in the previous race I saw people were getting stuck on.
Okay.
You don't have any arrows. All you can do to change gravity is this platform.
It looks like only one side of it. Yeah, this is a regular slope. So Adam's gonna run up the slope. What? Is that a reset?
That's a reason.
I wonder if Adam has done this accidentally a couple times.
I mean, at least T is pretty far away. Like R does nothing, so closest key to T is E. Fires a memory error. I don't think you're gonna do it accidentally at least.
The speed with which Adam is like manipulating the slope, like while running around and stuff. Just really clean. Andy with a big fall all the way back to the start, I think that was.
Right, Adam has turned both of these platforms, or one of them? And just walk to the exit.
What's purple?
It's just for the spinny switches, so you know which I think.
Is this? I feel like this might even be the end.
Surely not. I'm not here. What? We were led on by the game.
No one is here to save Mel.
Why not?
There's like 4 levels between these two at this point or something. This is a
The
massive
gap is
lead.
huge. The gap is huge.
We got crazy diagonal gravity going on now.
I feel like there's only like so many possible solutions. Yeah, this time it works. It's the same thing. A bit more momentum. But I like these levels. So we do the same thing again.
Oh yeah, you got to rebound off of this thing. Bam.
I mean, sure. Why not?
I think this is almost it, man.
I think?
I think so.
I looked at the previous race because I was curious if I played because I remembered so much about it. Winner of that race, 30. That's it?
That's it. I told you.
What the?
Incredible. Sub 15-minute time from Adam. Andy is not going to be able to get under
It's
that
possible.
15-minute barrier. It's not possible.
Maybe glitches the game and causes the model to spawn and has met the shadowy figure.
This is a win for Adam Numbers over Andy and 4H. The previous mystery tournament winner is going to top 8 on the winner's side once again.
Look at this shadowy figure.
You imbecile! Of all the challenges of this place, how could you fail this?
The tricky slope here is tripping Andy up.
Did you not look?
It's a new concept. The game suddenly requires you to do it twice.
Yeah.
My god. Stop talking,
Oh.
shadowy figure.
Andy's going to do it with one arrow, it looks like, if he can make this jump. It really is weird to just suddenly see the entire level go cockeye like this.
Does Andy think... No, I thought maybe Andy thought that he only has... arrow.
One arrow, yeah.
Yo,
Hello.
Hey, congratulations.
thank you. That was a spicy little puzzle game.
You just woke up for this one, huh?
Yeah, and against Andy, I didn't think, but then I saw, and then that was it. I was just like, oh, that's I guess, huh? It's not what I expected. I can say that much.
So previous race times for this were like double. The fastest time
Oh.
was double what you got just now. This was pretty awesome.
Not even double, almost triple. 36
Yeah.
minutes.
I guess I didn't really get hung up on any puzzles or anything, so it was mainly in the execution of some of them, or like slight delays or messing up a shot.
Yeah, you were both very close for the first half, by which I mean like basically inseparable. And then there was just like 1 or 2 levels where you would get it quicker, and then there was a couple levels where Andy just didn't get it for a while, and you were gone. That you never got hung up, not once.
Oh damn! All right. Oh yeah, this one. This is right after it introduces the diagonals.
So
That
Andy's
was
probably about to put up a time that is like, half the time of whatever the previous
yeah.
fastest time was, and it's just not going to be enough, I guess.
I did like the diagonal stuff. I don't know, something about that felt like I kind of wish the game had more of it.
Yeah. It's something about it feels like you're like cheating some kind of system or something. Like you're doing something you're not supposed to.
Yeah. But I suppose when I think about it, these are it's well, it's not the first free PC puzzle platformer that I've come into the commentary to find out of, like, 1/3 of the tester's time. So maybe I shouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, I remembered this one being a little more puzzly in a way that like might I don't know if they'll be you two are both good at basically everything the way that you kind of need to be if you're going to win this tournament. But like I would say if I had to pick something you were a little bit weaker on, it might be some kind of tricky puzzle game. But not tricky enough, I guess.
Apparently.
Would you
I
agree with
do
that even? Like what would you say that's where you're weakest?
No, I do still stand by that my weakness is like SNES style platformers. That's I
Hmm.
will always stand by those are my kryptonite, or Mega Man stuff. That's just I'm out, you know?
That's true. You played Mega Man on like a debut stream or something, and it was weird to see because I think of you as such a solid platformer gamer sometimes, unlike like Warp Shot or whatever. Your first match last tournament was nuts,
Yeah.
and I was like, you're just a guy running and jumping in that game. Why when it's Mega Man suddenly is it so much harder?
It's it's something to do with the controls. Like I guess the comparison would be like take something like Super Meat Boy or Celeste and how much like freedom those give you, or even something like this, where in the end you have mouse control and a double jump. You can sort of go wherever. Whereas, well, even Super Mario World, it's like it's actually kind of limiting. There's a lot of weight to your movement, and that's where I fall.
Hmm. What an apt, a very poetic term there. There's a lot of weight to it, and that's where I fall. Nice.
I do think on this level I got lucky in that like I ended up upside down on my first try, and I think that kind of clued me in on how to solve this like second thing where you have to flip the whole platform upside down so it's the other way.
Yeah, there was also a puzzle where you were supposed to like you were standing on a brick surface you couldn't shoot an arrow in, so you had to like aim behind you at a floor that you could hit with an arrow and it would still
Yeah.
work in your favor. That was the one of the first ones that you learned that lesson even before the game needed you to learn that lesson, whereas Andy charged forwards and then got stuck having to learn the lesson.
Okay, yeah. And it was just something, yeah, just that click of like it doesn't matter where you shoot was I think that clicked with me by like level 3 or something, because I remember thinking in those early tutorial levels I was just thinking, I was going in my head, you know what, how can I optimize this, what's the most efficient time to shoot? And I was sitting there thinking about like, all right, so that would probably be you can't move after you shoot. Oh my god, the launch. What? That's nonsense.
I guess you can fling yourself. Yeah, but no, you're right though. That's really interesting that the just having an eye towards doing something faster to save time ended up
Yeah.
triggering like a puzzle solving mechanic.
And honestly, it was also the case where going up against Andy, I do, like you say, I got stuck. That's the sort of thing where, like, assuming there were no puzzles that had any of us caught, those were the sorts of things that would have made the victory in a game like this.
Oh, cool. you were sort of playing your opponent a little bit, even.
Yeah, absolutely. Like at up again, it's because you're not always, even at the highest levels, you're not always playing your opponent. But I know Andy's strengths, and they are like lined up with mine in such a way that that's what I need to be doing, or I will lose. That's always sort of what I stood by.
That's always, as a commentator, I always love to like imagine those sorts of things, even where often they just kind of, for the most part, don't exist. Like at the end of the day, a lot of people are just kind of playing the game as best they can, regardless of who they're up against or whatever. But every now and then, there's a little something, a little bit of strategy. Overall strategy works its way into the matches, so that tickles me that you were making use of that. Thank you so much.
Andy has
I-
no idea that the back of this platform
Yeah.
isn't teal.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when I realized the back wasn't teal, actually.
Has Andy even moved this thing like without standing on it? Yeah, there it goes. Oh, here we go.
It's like pointing the wrong way. Needs to do this from
Yeah.
the other side.
I think it might have clicked. I don't know why he's trying to pixel perfect this, though. Yeah.
I like this moving the camera to the side, because that way you can see the tilt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to get disoriented in this game. There was one level that was just like shooting blocks, like floating in the void all over the place.
Oh, the branch. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like, you know what? I stopped thinking and just trusted the game. I'm just gonna shoot. You know what? It gave me the tutorial for precise aiming. I'm just gonna shoot and hope I end up where I end up. And I think that worked out for me.
Were you shocked to find out that you're not here to save Mel?
No. I was very happy that the game called you an idiot for one of the endings, though, because that felt entirely deserved for this, quite frankly, absurdly generic game. Like, listen, it's neat, but also this is like the fucking floating void in space with plain block platforms. It's like this is such an MT game that like I couldn't think of one more MT than this.
Yeah, this is someone working within the limitations of their knowledge of modeling and textures.
Yeah. This is all right. Hang on, I've got to make a final game for a student project. Ooh, I've got a neat idea. I can't do art. I'm using generic Unity tools, and I haven't got a story. I'll just make something up. I'll just write some poetic nonsense.
There's the
There
dot
we
done.
go.
This is still, what did you say, Maurice? 37 minutes?
36.
36 minutes. And Andy's 11 minutes faster, but is also 9 minutes slower than Adam, just to put it all into perspective. Andy's like, what the hell? Andy's feeling a little bit beat up by the game, so is not going to come chat. Andy's not out of it yet, though. He's lurking down in the lower bracket. He's waiting for the either Shrambles or Lightning to challenge him for the top 8 spot on loser's side. But Adam, you've secured yours up on the winner's side. You are in top 8 again. How does it feel?
I genuinely didn't expect to be here again.
Really,
That-
after winning it last time?
Yeah, no, honestly, a part of me almost still stood by my previous statement of I won last time because I didn't have any of my problem matchups, which is just a fact of life in brackets. And I'm going up against Andy. That's, that's
The problem
what I
matchup.
expected. Yeah, it's a problem.
So then, like, what
I-
does it mean? Like, I don't play a lot of fighting games. I know you're recently getting into fighting games, but I know like a big, powerful thing when you are playing fighting games and getting better is when you can finally beat the person who used to beat you all the time. Like, is there that sort of feeling with you with this win?
What's the imposter syndrome? I'm gonna go with that.
I mean, the results are like you can look at the numbers. You know what I mean? Like it.
I know, but
Well,
it
I
still
do know,
doesn't feel real.
I also am someone who doubts myself at every turn. So what I do is I try to collect every shred of evidence that seems to suggest otherwise and hold on to it. So I'm gonna tell you to look at the results of this race and just listen to me when I say you got it, man. You really are great. Regardless of what happens, you're fantastic at games. So thank you so much for coming out and for racing, for being a part of this. We wish you the best of luck, and
My dog is
Yeah.
barking.
he sure is. Well, we got our top 8 on the winner's side is completely decided, actually. It's going to be Adam versus Pika Pals and Someone325 versus Triscorp. But down on the loser side, we still got to figure some things out. Crankdud versus Maurice needs to happen.
Oh.
The winner fights the Whitley for a top 8 spot. We need to see Andy versus Zex. This is the other Andy, Pug Andy. Needs to fight Draconic Dawn for a loser spot. The Gons versus Jackazam for a top 8 spot. And then Shrambles and Lightning fight it out to see who's going to fight Andy for the last slot. And that's how the entire tournament is going to shape up. Though it has been shaken up a little bit. We're going to get a new name in top 8.
Yeah, that's good. But is it only one? Or is any of the other matches also like a possible new top 8?
If Andy is once again denied top 8, Shrambles or Lightning would be the one to do it and would be claiming top 8 for the first time. We could also see Draconic Dawn come out on top of Andy and Zex, who have both been in before. And we could see the Whitley beat either you or Crankdud.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah. You just... well, I'm definitely not going to let that happen, so I'm apologizing in advance. So we could have, on the loser side, 4 new players make top 8. Which I think makes it kind of likely that one of them is going to happen.
He's
It's
hoping.
a volatile enough competition that anything can happen in a lot of ways. That's why it's always so impressive to me that the best people are able to continue to be the best and continue rising to the top. It's really awesome to see.
Yeah, we talk about like luck of the draw, you know, like the game you play, the genre, if it's puzzle, if it's racing game. We've seen Jal and Jackazam really liking racing games. But then even with that preference of, oh, the game suited me, there's still always the same people, or often the same people in top 8.
Yeah. There's definitely just this special something at the core of some people that are able to make it work. Kind of what it's all about, really, sussing that out. Well, I mean, for a lot of people, it's mostly about coming in and playing games and having fun. And we're all about that here, too. We were about that just previously. We had our weekly community race, the bi-weekly community race, The Blind. We played a cool game, Jesse Jaeger and Cleopatra's Curse. Homebrew game for the Genesis, very cool. We will have the mystery show on that same time slot next week, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. You should tune into that. It's always something special they got cooked up. After that, it looks like Jackazam and the Gons are going to play their top 8 deciding match. Which of our new faces is going to make top 8? Which you can also see on the schedule down at the bottom. It is March 11th and 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time is when we're going to be over on the Games Done Quick channel. It's just twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. And it'll be a blast. So, mark your calendars. And come back come back in 6 days, I guess. That's the closest thing we have on the schedule.
It's that time of the tournament. Things are winding down. Coming
I
up
guess so.
on less. Oh, there's a new race every day, and more. Oh, I can't wait for the big ones. Is where we're at. Which, you know, it's different, but it has its appeals. Except for me, and I have to wake up at 3 a.m. Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Thank you, Adam.
Apparently, it gives me superpowers, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you came in here sleep deprived and went crazy on this game.
I did get to have my coffee, to be fair.
Oh, there you go. Get that caffeine boost. Thank you so much again for racing and for coming to talk to us.
That's always a fun time.
That's
That's
versus the Guns match. That's a qualifying match, right?
yes.
Moving ahead. Others are still on losers 8. I gotta get moving.
Yeah, some of these matches are probably going to get scheduled in between now and this 6 days away stuff on the schedule too. So if you want to catch that stuff, maybe join some of our bi-weekly community races, or maybe someone will just start a reject race of one of the games that got rejected from the game pool. That happens sometimes. Then you should join our community. There's a link in the chat to join the Discord. You can hang out. You'll get alerts for any matches that pop up between now and 6 days. Either way, whenever we go live again on the Mystery Funhouse, we hope to see you there.